Hello, good afternoon everybody. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I'm waiting for Facebook to catch up. Oh, here we go. Jane and Gilly, hello, and Kirsty and Jean and Jean and Claire and Linda, hello to you on Facebook. And YouTube, who have we got? Everything's freezing. Hello Julia and Denise and Elizabeth and Anne. Very fit and well, thank you very much today. Hi Shelley, Amanda, sorry if I miss anybody. Hello Teresa. And all's good with me, thank you Julie. And oh sorry Jean, oh sorry, talking to Julie, that's, oh, keep out your conversation. Hello Darla, Teresa, hello. We seem to be, oh hello then Ruby, Coco. Bobbin came in here a minute ago and then she's gone back out again, so she bobbed in and she bobbed out again. Hello Mary and Mary. Oh, you're coming up in twos on YouTube. Denise, Mary. And Jane and Teresa, we're really good, thank you Olive. Hello Sylvia, who's in Biggleswade, hang on a minute. Sorry you've gone. So messages scroll through so quickly on here, I can't keep up with everybody. Oh, we have Cher Crevu, hello to you. Gorgeous in North Wales. It's been a lovely day today in Lincolnshire. Sunny, and actually this morning I was saying to Kim if I was going to take the dog out for a walk I wouldn't wear a coat, it was really warm. Hello Dominica and Jennifer, Tracy, hello to you. Hello Lisa. Janice, good afternoon to one and all, hello to you. And Janet and another Mary. Today I've got some new fabrics to show you and some back in stocks. But I'm also going to make a bag from So Eco. You know, we're talking about bags that fold up into pockets. This one doesn't fold into a pocket, it folds into itself. So I'll show you really quickly and we'll get making that in a bit, but I'll show you how it works. So we have a tote bag. So I'm just moving, so look at the stains in here, Gary, if you're watching. We need a rub down. It's basically, we don't need that, a tote bag with a flap with a popper. We've got poppers for you as well. I've got push, she says, just checking I've got poppers. But then it folds away. So you fold that up, you fold that down, you fold the long edges to the centre, you fold it up, and you fold it up again, and you fold the flap down. And it's a nice little size fold away bag that you can stick in your handbag or in your glove compartment in your car, so you've always got a bag that means you don't have to buy plastic carrier bags anymore. Oh, thank you very much. Got it in the sale, Cheryl. Love a sale. Tiana's new to the Half Yard Club. Welcome along to the Half Yard Club. Hello Wanda in Florida. Sunny and cold in Massachusetts, a bit like that here. Karen's in Bonnie, Scotland. Rosina's in North Devon. Got my strong black coffee. Afternoon Morag and Bonnie, it's lovely in Bristol, says Molly. So we're going to make that. It's ever so easy. It only uses one piece of fabric, as in there's no lining and there's no interfacing, because you need to keep it quite flimsy. But I don't like a raw edge. I don't like a raw edge, you know. So we've made a princess seam to conceal those on the inside. So we'll be making that shortly. Oh, Sally Ann's been to the French Alps. Oh, hi Linda, hi Kathleen. Hello Anne in Devon. Anne's already made one. I think you're going to be making lots of these. They're just really useful because they're nice and they're quick. But we still go shopping. And we still need shopping bags, so it's quite nice to have one that you can keep in your handbag so that you're not buying more all the time. Celia's knitting a baby cardigan while I watch. Is that sacrilege? No, that's to be encouraged, Celia. Craft as you watch. Watch. Craft as you wash, if you like. Yes, Shelley. That's sorry, I couldn't remember who asked me to make it, but it was you. Yes, so this is for you. Hi Sue. Hello Anna. Hello Cynthia. Oh right, Lois has got 2 cancelled tax-free months, and she's going to use that to join the club. Welcome along. I've been working on. I'd love to be good with mouth to make this bag. Jennifer, I think you've got a spell check. Got 3 dresses in M&S, 3 for £20. You're right, you couldn't make that. Hello Annette, hello Alexis, and Colden in County Durham. Right, let me show you new stuff on the website. So I can't remember what they're called. If you go onto the website, the Debbie Shaw Sewing website, and look under New In, these are going on right now as we speak. Kim's really busy at the moment. This is a really dark brown. I don't know if you can see the colour of it. And I think it's 140 wide. It looks really wide. And it's a really nice cotton. Is it poplin? Really nice cotton. So it's brown with the stars on it. So I'm thinking lining fabrics. Wouldn't that be a really nice idea? And in fact, I was thinking about making this bag out of this fabric. You could do a few. I'm going to make it out of the tropical leaves fabric, because I rather like that. But yeah, a bag out of that would look really nice, wouldn't it? Libby can't see me. Don't know why, Libby. Everything's okay here. So that's the first of our news. So if you go to Debbie Shaw Sewing and look under New In, then these will all pop up right in front of you. They've only literally just gone on the website, so I'm not sure of prices or anything, but you'll find them on there. So I don't know what they're called or anything, but they're on there. Hello, Marilyn. Libby can't see me. I don't know why, because I don't think anybody else has got any problem, Libby. Did I just say that once? We have ginghams. These are lovely, and to be honest, I'm thinking ragdoll dresses with these. So 112 wide these are, and we've got a couple of new colours. I just think that's so pretty, and it is woven, so you get the true check. So if you wanted to use the lines to cut along, then you can do. Never trust a printed check, but with a woven one you can do. So that's really pretty, nice for summertime. I'm thinking maybe something like a lilac blouse, and this is the collar, or trims on pockets and things like that. But it's nice and fine, so if you wanted to gather it or anything for dressmaking, perfect. But we've also got a black and white version. I love these selvages as well with the fluffy bits. So cut those off and save them. Don't throw your selvages away on these. So that's the black and white option. Oh, hi Nancy, she loves a gingham, she says. So does Sheila. So do I. I love a gingham. Hello Kathleen. Nancy's got her sewing room cleaned and organised after Christmas. Never going to be rich. Every week I want to order. Zoe, what a way to be poor though, huh? Fabric rich is what we're going to call you. Hello Carolyn, County Antrim. An unsunny excuse me, it's been lovely and sunny all day today. Miserable and cold in is that Cyprus? Anne, that make my eyes go for. If I do that really quickly, your eyes will go funny with it. This one is lovely. So I'm hoping these are on. Kim's busily typing away, putting things onto the website at the moment. We're all over Christmas. We're into spring and Easter. So why not get in there early? We've got Easter eggs. Look, this is so pretty. Easter eggs and daffodils, and oh, I'm so ready for spring, aren't you? Flowers and crocuses. Do you know what I love? When the weather starts getting a little bit warmer, you start to see crocuses particularly coming up through the tarmac in the driveway. How are they so strong? They just push their way through the slabs and the mortar and the concrete, and they bloom out that love of crocus. And snowdrops, and then the daffodils come, and then it's spring, and then we've got Easter eggs, and then baby lambs and bunnies, and so I'm just getting a little spring romantic there. But I do love it when cold weather's gone and flowers and freshness are coming in. Oh, thanks Sharon, I'm glad you like it. Hi Brownie, Sue. Summer school uniform, yes, ours was gingham as well, so we had a blue and white. I hated them. Especially for summer. Yeah, that's all summer fabrics. There again, let's go on to a little bit of baby cord. So this again, it's a baby cord feels like velvet. So it is corded. When you get really close, you can see the lines on it, but it's really, really soft. And you know, I just love the colour of that as well. So maybe a little bit more winter with a touch of spring. Can we get away with spring for this one? Thinking pinafore dresses. I think that would look lovely. Hello Amanda. I'm mixing your first name with your last name, Amanda, and came up with Amanda. Hi Kathy. Debbie's got a new sewing machine. Right, what else have we got? Now this is a back in stock, so you may have seen this before, but I'm thinking this would make a nice bag, wouldn't it? Like the bag that I'm going to make. Portuguese tiles with lemons. That reminds me of my holidays. You ever been to Portugal on holiday? Do you live in Portugal? Got a lot of ceramics, haven't they? But I love the colours on that. So kitchenwares. What about oven gloves and tea cozies and cafe curtains in your kitchen and things like that? That looks very kitcheny to me, but I think that's so pretty. That's Portuguese tiles. Oh, now then. Is that the last one? I think I'm saving my favourite one to last. And this is one of my choice. Kim does all the buying, but I did have a look on one of the wholesalers' websites the other day, and I picked a fabric, which I didn't normally do. I'm not normally in charge of that. I love working with canvas because I do a lot of homewares, cushion covers, seat covers, bags and that kind of thing. And I saw this and I just thought, we're having it. So we've got it. Don't you love it? And it's canvas. When I say canvas, don't think like something that you'd paint and stretch around a frame. It's quite soft, but it's heavy. So I wouldn't make a blouse out of it, but you could make a skirt. But for bag making, oh, it's perfect. For covering your dining room chairs, for making a Roman blind. This is, oh, it's just so, I love the design, but I love this high quality canvas. We have plains for you. Actually, this would go very well with a pale grey. But I just love this kind of fabric, and it's normally so expensive. So we've got the butterflies and animal prints and triangles, and I absolutely love this fabric. I'm just thinking of all the things that I can make with it. So excited about this one. So again, that's brand new for you today. I can't remember what it's called. Can't remember the price. But it's on the website right now. Again, if you look under new in, in fact, while you're there, I'm just going to go on the website and look under new in because I can't remember. Where are we? So let's go to, just keep looking at that second while I'm doing this. DebbieShawSewing.com. La la la. I'm just doing this, look. And when you go on there, so this is a bit slow. So let's go to new in. I hope she's got it on. Oh, there we go. Look, so that's Portuguese tiles. Oh, £4.50 for half a metre. Oh, and the navy corduroy, the baby cord, that's only £4.50. And the star, that's only £3.50. And look, only £4.50. So zebra butterfly cotton canvas, that's this one, and it's £4.50 for half a metre, but it's 140 centimetres wide. And then there's your ginghams. So that's only £3.50 and £3.50, and that's the Easter eggs, which is £5. And oh, we're going to have a look at, oh, we can't see that, can you? We're going to have a look at poppers in a minute as well, because I'm going to use those in the bag that I'm going to make. But this one, if you want it, I think it's going to be really popular. I love it. Debbie's top tip of the day is going to be that one. Anyway. Oh, hello. Oh, best you go on a Spanish. Oh, talking to yourselves. Zoe's going to order after this. I'm hoping. I'm already thinking now. In fact, this only arrived today, and when I opened the box that it came in, I just thought then I should have got more. I just wish I'd have ordered more of that. I think it's lovely. So anyway, oh Nancy, do you feel an order coming on? Don't blame me, it's gorgeous. And there's so many, oh, I'm going to show you again, look, there's so many colours it'll go with. I would say lime green spot out of the ones that we've got, maybe one of the yellow ochres, that would be nice. Oh, the yellow ochre canvas would go with that. We've got a peach cotton, which would go with that. I'd go pale grey, it's not exactly the same colour, but a pale grey canvas would go with this. We've got a dark grey canvas. Any kind of black fabric, white fabric would work really well. Am I gushing a little? I do apologise. I'm glad you like it, Michelle, thank you. Oh, still, I'm going to tease away. I do get excited with new fabrics. I love all of these. Anyway, sorry, Sylvia, it's my job. Right, the bag that I'm going to make, oops, I'm just knocking everything off that I've just put there. I haven't actually got the fabric pieces out yet, so we're going to do this really properly from scratch. Again, this is from my So Eco book, and it looks like a bit of a floppy bag, and it is, but that's because it all folds away into a small compact little pouch thing. So it's easy to store, and I'm going to make it in the tropical, I think it's just called Tropical Leaves, this one, which is non-directional, which is quite nice. The instructions in the book are for a non-directional fabric because it's used from selvage to selvage, but I am going to put a YouTube video on later without the chat, and I actually make this one in the video, but it's going to be about 6:30, 7 o'clock time before it actually uploads because it's still rendering. Oh, hi Sarah. Only 50. Oh no, Sarah, for goodness sake, what are you and your family going through at the moment? Oh, hang on a minute, let me go back. Oh, Sarah, your message is gone. I wanted to read that. Where are you live? Asking for a hungry friend. Where do I live? I'm in Lincolnshire. Went to A&E for 15 hours on Monday, diagnosed with unstable angina. Oh no. Could that be anything to do with the stress that's caused by everything else that's going on with your family at the moment? Oh, I hope you're going to be okay. So what are they going to do? What do they do about that? Do you have medication, or I don't know. What do you do? Jubilee fabric, Mary. I didn't see Denise's request. Craft Cotton are releasing a Jubilee fabric. I'm assuming in May. I'm not sure, but yes, we will have some Jubilee fabric when that comes out. Sunny and windy in Southern California, says Maria. Oh, Grace is on a no-buy fabric February. That's the worst kind of February. The no-buy fabric February. Give up anything, give up food, give up drink, give up anything, but don't give up fabric. There was a cushion on your left hand side. Nope, that's not on the Half Yard Club website, that is on my daughter's. Is that on a blog or a YouTube channel? That's my daughter's make, that's not me, but it is lovely. Is the new canvas fabric directional? Let me have a look. Yes, it is, I think. Let me just have another look. Let me show you. Just open that up. Yes, it is directional. So all the butterflies are facing in the same way, Elizabeth. Yes, you're right, Michelle. It's still January. I tell you, you go for your no-buy fabric February, but you can buy all you like in January. How's that? And then March. Oh, what a comeback that's going to be. Hello, Lisa in Pennsylvania. Right, should we make a bag? Let me show you what I'm going to do first of all. This is my So Eco-Friendly book. I know you've seen it before, but because it's one of my newer books, it's not discounted until today. So, So Eco-Friendly is on the website on debbyshawsewing.com with 10% off. And remember that Half Yard Club members will get your 20% off. So 20% off my latest book. I don't know if that was a good idea. Was that a good idea? Yeah, that was a good idea. Save yourself some money. So that's what we've done. Hello, Otter Space in Latvia. So this is full of, I think I've shown you this before, you must have seen it before, materials that I've used, but these are kind of sustainable materials, so there's a little bit of information about recycled fabrics, and oh, bamboo's amazing, we've got bamboo toweling on the website, hemp, recycled cotton, even threads. I did vote, I was one of the judges on the Sewing Awards this year, and best eco-friendly product I actually voted as this one. This one, it's the Gutterman recycled polyester thread. It's made from old pop bottles. So information, and then we move on to the projects. I know some of these things you've seen before, but maybe you don't know how to make them, like wax wraps. This one is hemp or burlap or hessian you could use. It's all hand sewn and embroidered, but the dye is a turmeric dye, Sorry, it's turmeric mixed with pear leaves. These are pear leaves out of my garden. I've got a huge pear tree. And when you use them for a dye, and it's a natural dye, it comes up with the most wonderful orange colour, orangey yellow, it's gorgeous. So there's bags in here, things that you can reuse, things that you can replace, things that you throw away with things that you're going to use over and over again. This is quite nice as well, they're plant pot covers, because one of the biggest problems is black plastic. And plant pots tend to be black plastic. There are black plastic plant pots inside here, but I'm not throwing them away, I've covered them up. And I've used a flour and water glue with a little bit of extra things in there to keep it lasting longer, to make it really stiff. So these are really solid. And in fact the bowl is what I keep my cotton buds in. They are bamboo recycled cotton buds. So there's gift wrap. I think a repair kit is a good idea, because if you can look after and repair your clothes and clean your clothes rather than replace them, you're saving money. And an apron will cut down on your washing detergent. This is the bag that we're going to make. And again, we're working with cork, reusable lunch boxes and all that kind of malarkey, but that's what we're going to make today. And again, I haven't actually cut the fabric out yet. Reason being, my cutting table is being used to cut up fat quarters at the moment. YouTube is Kimberly Hyde. It certainly is. You're going to be hearing a lot of that name going forward. Miss Hyde, with her fabric designs and her books. iPads. We had a problem with iPads last time, Leslie. I don't know what it is. Everything's going out from here okay. Anyway, let's get this fabric design. I need to double check the fabric sizes that I've used, and I will need my cutting mat. And that was about to go. I've still got a curly cutting mat from the other day. It hasn't quite laid flat since I stood it up on end, so do bear with me if you see the underside of my mat. And again, I'm using the Tropical Leaves, I think this one's called. If you make the straps a little bit shorter than are in the book, because I've put them at 22 inches, 21 inches, I can't remember, 21 inches. If you make them, what's half a metre, 20 inches, you should be able to get all of this out of half a metre of fabric. Right, so the video, I've used a directional fabric, so it's going to go on YouTube later on. They take ages to render and edit and whatnot, these things, so it'll be going on about 7:30, this one. But this is a directional fabric, so it's a different instruction to what I've got in the book, because in the book I'm using the fabric selvage to selvage, which is kind of the wrong way around, but it does save some fabric if you can do it that way. And this is a non-directional print, so I can do that. So I will need to cut, so I'm going to follow my own instructions. One piece of fabric measuring 32 by 14.5. So 32 by 14.5 is 16 by 14.5 folded in half. So I need 16 this way, which is just about that, and 14.5 the other way. So let me trim this edge down so that it's straight. I've still got my huge, so you can't see what I'm doing there, can you? Rotary cutter here for some reason, I don't know why. I haven't got my 45mm, I think I've lost it. Let's chop that off there. So what did we say, 16 this way, which takes me up to here. So I'm just lining up that on my mat, and that takes care of the selvage. And then 14.5 in this direction. If you have a look on the YouTube video later, it'll have all of the measurements for a non-directional fabric in centimetres and in inches as well. So don't worry too much about following this exactly. There we go. So that's my bag, but oh heck, I didn't press on hard enough there, did I? There we go. So that's actually going to be the size of my bag, and I've got a fold across the bottom. If you're using a non-directional fabric, it'll be this way, and you will need to put a seam across the bottom to keep both fabrics in the same direction. So I need that one. And then I will need 2 pieces of fabric measuring 20 inches by 4 inches for the handles. So let's see how long that is. So I think I should have come out a bit with my camera so you can see what I'm doing. So that's that. Let's chop that. And selvage off the end if you don't mind. And that's 21 inches long, which is just about the whole length that I have here. So those are the handles. And then I'll need 2 pieces of fabric measuring 5 inches by 7 inches for the flap. So again, let's off with the selvage. 5 inches across. Done with that. Oh, go on, cut through. And 7 inches deep. So cutting mat done with, you can go back down there and curl up. And with the flat pieces, I'm just going to curve the corners at the bottom. So let's fold that in half. You can use a little circle template for this if you wish. And I'm just going to cut around the corner. We're making a fold away tote bag, Donna. Doesn't matter that you're late, we've been having a bit of a chat before now. So I've just curved the corners off there. So I've got 2 pieces of fabric there for the flap. And remember, none of these have got any kind of interfacing on them because I don't want this to be a bulky bag. So first thing we're going to do is the flap. I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to sew these 2 pieces right sides together. I'm not going to pin them, just around the bottom 3 sides, so just around the curve. And Susan, it's a fold away tote. So let's find my foot pedal. And I'm just using a 1/4 inch or 6mm seam allowance, doesn't really matter too much. Just go around the curve. And back down again. Just going to switch my iron on. Another replay. Oh, that way. Julie, this is from So Eco. So Eco-Friendly. It's my latest book that came out last year. Oh, now then I've got 2 more books coming out this year. One of them is Refashion, Restitch, Restyle, I think. Those names may not be in that order, which is the book that I've written with my daughter. And these are coming out in April. And I'm just trimming into the curved seam. And the second book is actually going to be launching on the same day, which is another compilation book. So you know the half yard winter, half yard summer. We've got half yard spring coming out as well. And they're going to be launching on Create and Craft. I don't know when, the exact date. I haven't even got my author's advance copies yet. But they will be launched on Create and Craft hopefully in April. And she hasn't said no, but she hasn't said yes. I'm hoping my daughter's going to be there on the show with me to talk about the books. Hello, Kathleen. Right. Oh, gosh, excuse me, coughing. So let's just iron this. Now you will need 3 poppers for this. I'll put the poppers on later. But we have got them on the website, which I'm a little bit excited. Oh, I'm going to show you now. Which are these. And I've been using an awful lot of them because if you've been making any ragdoll clothes, baby clothes, poppers are so much easier than buttons and buttonholes. and the tools included as well, and there are attachments with the tools to use different sizes of the poppers as well, but it comes with these. There's 600 of those in total and the tool. If you are thinking about buying the Maddie book, which I know isn't out till October, there's a lot of poppers in there, because I said for dolls' clothes, absolutely perfect. But for some, it's just easy. It's just easy. So we do have those on the website as well. Just FYI. I'm just going to top stitch around the edge of this to make it nice and neat. So I can lengthen my stitch to a 2.8. Let's go over here and just sew all the way around. So carefully around the curves, just keep feeding that through. Back in here and down the final side. Actually, let's just jolly well put that popper on now while we're here, shall we? So I'm going to crease the centre of this. I can just about see where that is, but not much, so I'm just going to draw a line there, and I'm going to measure 3/4 of an inch down from there, from that point. So my popper's going to go here. And then what you do with these, you choose your colour, and there's lots of them, so it's like a bumper pack. So what shall I do? I think that one. Oh, shall I do that one? No, we'll go for the darker one. You'll need for this project 2 of one and 1 of the other. So they come in pairs. So you'll have a pointy bit, and then they call it a male and a female. I don't really like that, but that's what they're called. And you need 1 of one and 2 of the other. So I'm going to go for 1 of the male ones and 2 of the female ones. And basically, 1 of them sticks out like that, and 2 of them are like cups. So that one goes inside those 2. And I'll need a spiky bit for each one of those. So I'm going to put the 2 female ones to one side for a moment, because I'm just going to use this one. It doesn't matter which way around you use them, so if you make a couple of bags, maybe use the female one and then 2 male ones on them. So I'm going to take the spiky bit. Now if you've got very thick fabric, then you may find it useful to make a hole with a quick unpick first of all, but these are actually rather sharp. Whoops! I'll just take another one of those. Oh, that's gone as well. And we're going to push the spike through that spot till it comes out the other side. Oops, I think that's moved a little bit. Let me do that again. So let's push that down until it comes through. So you can see the spike coming through there. Then you take the second half and place that over the top. And then with the tool, you're going to fit that over the whole thing, hold it in place until this side is sitting in the cup here, and then squish it. And you don't need an awful lot of pressure to just squeeze that closed. And that's it, your popper is on, that's finished, that's ready to go. But we're going to put that to one side for a minute, and I'm just going to rescue another spiky bit because the first one's gone over the edge of the table somewhere. Whoa, that's another one gone. Those can go there. But again, there's 600 pieces in there, there's an awful lot. And then we'll sew together the main part of the bag, which is on my knee. Now this is going to seem a little bit odd if you haven't done a princess seam before. So I've got my fabric folded over, so this is at the bottom, and I'm going to sew these together wrong sides together, which feels really odd because it's normally everything's right sides together, but this is wrong side. And I'm going to sew, when I've just done this, what web video this is? Barbara, we're making a fold away tote bag. And I'm going to sew quite close to the edge, so probably 1/8 of an inch down each side. Now when you're doing a princess seam, if you're following a pattern, a lot of the time it'll tell you to sew your regular seam allowance and then trim it back. But this saves trimming it back if you're already sewing a narrow seam allowance. But if your seam allowance doesn't tend to be 1/8 of an inch, if it's a little bit wider, you can trim it back afterwards. I'll try and explain that as I'm doing it. So wrong sides together, the whole thing folded in half, and let's just sew down each side. Julie, this one is a, sorry, I've just kind of messed up what I'm doing there. It's an Elna Experience 560. It's a really nice little machine. I like Elna sewing machines. Elna and Janome are the same company. I have Elna and Janome sewing machines, and I love both of them, and I'm not sponsored by Elna to tell you that, and they don't loan me machines or anything. I buy my machines. This one I bought from Amazon because it was the best deal I could find. But if you're going to go for a new sewing machine, I can't recommend particular brands unless I've used them. And the main machine that I use isn't actually made anymore. But I would suggest you go for a big brand. Go for Janome, for Elna, for Brother, for Toyota, Husqvarna, for Pfaff. One of the big brands, because they come with guarantees and help and support, rather than some unknown brand that you might pick up in a thrift store or something like that. You could do this on your overlocker, Sarah. Just be aware that you need to trim your seam back, or you'll need to adjust the needle position on your overlocker to make a very narrow seam here. But I don't know, if you're using an overlocker, you don't need to do a princess seam, do you? Because this is purely to stop the raw edges being shown on the inside of the bag. Big Son was here told that 11-year-old granddaughter, oh no, Ellen. Oh, I hope she's going to be okay. I don't know about Lisa. I haven't heard from her this week, so I don't know why she's not here with the lady with the spanner to give anyone a clonk that's saying anything untowards. I know she is very busy on a Wednesday, a lot of the time with her cat's charities and things like that. So, is a princess seam the same as a French seam? Nope. This is a French seam. A princess seam is the seam on a garment that goes from the armhole over the bust and down to the bottom. So that's a completely different thing to a French seam. Right. So I'm overlapping on my screen, so I can't see everything. Now we're going to turn this inside out and push the corners out. This is a French seam I'm doing, Lisa, yes. Oh, now I've missed a bit there. I got so close to the edge that I actually missed a bit. So I'm going to go back over and just sew that little bit there. So I'm just sewing very slightly inside where the seam was. Hopefully that's the only one. So push that through. And this one. I'm just going to use my point turner just to push out the corners and make them nice and square. And then with these seams right on the edge, I've done it again. Look, I've done it again. What am I like? It'll happen to you at some point. Happens to me a lot. So I'm just going a little bit closer in on that one. Okay. And that's it. And then I need to sew again. So I'm inside out now. I'm going to put the seams right on the edge. You can press that if you prefer. And I'm just going to sew a little bit further in. So all of those raw edges are trapped. The cushion that was behind me has just fallen off. I know, we're falling to pieces here.
Hot chocolate, I mean coffee.
Is it
Hot chocolate's coming.
Hot chocolate, oh no, I don't want a hot chocolate. I need a...
It's not for you.
Oh. Thank you.
Guess. It's hot.
Is it hot? All right, thank you. I don't know where my mat is. Can you see my mat that's... Oh, there we go. That Sandra made.
You want your cushion back on?
No, it's okay. I think everyone's seen the cushion. Thank you. You actually said did I say princess seam? Did I? Oh, I'm so sorry. So I think, I can't remember your name, got confused. Sorry, no, French seam. That was entirely, I'm so sorry, don't know where that came from. French seam, we're doing a French seam, not a princess seam. How odd. It does fold a little, I don't know about a sandwich bag, but it does fold up. Yes, that's what we're doing. Sorry about that. French seam is what we're doing. Where that came from. Right. So now I'm sewing a little bit wider than that seam allowance. I hope I got it all right on the YouTube video. Did I say that? Did I say? Wow. Okay, so the raw edge is now trapped inside the seam. Also, I wonder so many people was commenting on that. What I want to say. This is a French seam, Amanda. Not a princess. This is what I'm doing. So you sew together, wrong sides together, trim the seam back if necessary, and then when you turn it inside out, you're sewing a little bit wider, so all raw edges are trapped inside the seam. And on a bag like this that doesn't have a lining, it just means that you don't see frayed edges. Yes, if you've got an overlocker, you could make it that way. If you prefer, you could use pinking shears to help stop fraying, but this just gives a really nice, neat, clean look to the inside of the bag. Yes, it's anyway, it's a French seam. So we have this. Now what I'm going to do now, it wasn't too hot, I've just got water there. Been coughing like mad lately. Warm water with a little bit of honey in it is what I've been taking for me throat. Been coughing like mad. Easy shit, all talking to each other. I'm going to hem the top. Now in the book, I did this first, it doesn't really matter. So I'm literally going to fold over the top edge twice by about 1/4 inch and sew this all the way around. So I think I did this first when I made the bag in the book, but it doesn't matter which way it goes as long as you fold it over and sew. Now I'm not measuring and marking this or anything, and if you wanted to put pins in there that may help, or if you press it first, so fold it over twice by around about 1/4 inch, it doesn't have to be exact, and then press it and then sew it. And actually you're right, it probably does reinforce the seam, Melinda. That's a good point. Hadn't thought about that, but I think you're right, because in effect you're sewing it twice, aren't you? Good idea. No, Carol, I don't know. I've had my granddaughter over at the weekend with a cough, and as soon as she gets a cough, her mum gets a cough, and then I get a cough, and it's just a cough. Hello, Kitty. Good day to you too. Honey, lemon, and brandy. The honey and the lemon and the hot water. I don't know about the brandy. Not a fan. Green tea. Really? Ooh, I don't know about green tea. Over you go. Oh, come on. A little bit thick there. So I've literally hemmed around the top. And then we'll turn this the right side out. I know, a bit odd, isn't it? Poltergeist the cushion machine. It threw itself off there. Have I got it? Yeah, sorry. Apparently, I don't remember. I did say princess seam and I meant French seam. This is a French seam. Let's just poke out the corners. Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon to you as well. First time I did a French seam, I was 6 years old, all hand sewn. Oh, on a peg bag, embroidered with the butterfly. And you still have it. Oh, Angela, that's amazing. Milk, honey and whiskey. And is it? Man, if you've got the flu, you can't taste the whiskey, can you, I suppose? So all of these, the raw edges are trapped inside the seam, and on the inside of the bag it's nice and neat as well. Oh, Shelley's got COVID. Oh, sorry. Hope you're going to be okay soon. Honey rum. Oh, you lot and your alcohol. What do you like? Right. I'm going to I'm going to trim that thread off. And I'm not following the instructions now. I can't remember what came next. I'm going to put the flap on next. And then we'll put the other two poppers on as well. So this is going to go on the back of the bag, facing down, so as in the solid side of the popper is facing downwards. I'm going to fold this in half so I can just mark the centre, so let's match the seams up, and I'll stick a pin in there because I won't be able to see markings on this fabric very well. And let's do the same with this part. Fold it in half, let's mark the centre with a pin. Sheila, we're making a fold away tote bag, something for you to keep in your handbag or your purse or the car, so that you've always got a bag on hand when you go to the supermarket and you don't have to buy plastic. Right, so that's facing down actually, just underneath the seam. So I don't know if you can see because it's a very heavy print, but the edge of the fabric is here and I've placed that just underneath the seam there, right in the centre. So let's pop a couple of pins here. And I'm going to sew across the edge, quite close to the edge here, just through one side of the bag. So don't sew this through both sides, obviously, so we won't be able to get into it. So just a quick stitch across here. Just woke up from your night shift. Oh, don't worry about missing the first bit. There will be a YouTube video, but it won't be going on till about 7:30 tonight. So there's my flap on. Then I'm going to fold it up and re-sew over the top of this. So again, I'm trapping raw edges on the inside. So there's the raw edge of my flap there. So let's fold it up, keep that nice and straight. In fact, I might just press that to make sure it's nice and straight. And then re-sew over it to enclose the raw edge. That's that. Sorry, just my screen's jumping around all over the place for some reason. What's going on there? And then again, re-sew just across the edge of the flap. Again, just through that one side. Keep the opposite side of the bag out of the way. Okay, now we put the poppers on. I know I'm doing this kind of out of order, but it doesn't really matter. And I don't like threads everywhere, so let's snip these away. There we go. These little ones here. So I'm going to measure the centre front. So a big ruler that I said I didn't need anymore, I do now. So that's 13 inches at the moment. So my centre part is, let me find a black pen, is 6.5. I know I've got, oh there we go. So I'm going to measure the 6.5 point. And this is 3 3/4 inches down from that point, which is here. So as a bag, when this folds over, it'll fold over and fasten there. So let's put another popper on here. I'm just going to remeasure that, which is here. It didn't look quite right. So again, let's go back to our poppers. And this time I'm using the female side of it. So I'm going to push the point through from the back, right over the mark that I made, which is there. And again, if you've got thicker fabric, stick the end of your quick unpick through there. So basically I've got the point sticking up here, and then the top part sits over there. Hold that while I slip all of the fabric underneath the tulle until the top of the popper is sitting in the cup shape on the bottom, and then squish it. And that is really secure. So if you are using these for baby clothes, It's a really secure fastening. It doesn't seem very much effort to fit it, but it really is very secure. We can do the back piece while we're here as well, actually. So again, this is going to sit centrally. So let me measure my, whoops, 6.5 inch mark. But this one is 7 inches from the top. Where did I put that mark? That's the thing when you've got a very busy fabric. I can't see my markings. It's there. There, I can't help but see that. And I'm using an erasable ink pen, so that's going to iron away. And then just like before, I'm going to take the spiky side and push it up from the back. So poke it through from the back, right through the centre of the mark that I've just made. There's the little post. Put on the back. Slip all of the fabric underneath the tool. It will go through because it's only one layer of fabric. And then out the way you go. Line it all up and squish it in place. So I've got one popper on the back, one popper on the front, and then one popper on the flap. So now we'll make up the straps when we've had another chat. Oh, where's Amanda going? I missed that one. Hi Maureen. Oh, hi, Carol's saying hi Maureen. Lovely when you chat amongst yourselves. Hi Sarah. Chilling in the jacuzzi. Where are you going, Amanda? I missed that one. Chilling in your jacuzzi. Aren't you posh? Fabric is close to you. Oh, it is a bit, isn't it? I'm going to end up putting poppers in my top. We do have the poppers on the website. We've got lots of them. But again, as you can see, they're just so easy to use. I love a popper, I have to say. Now I've got my 2 lengths of fabric cut for the straps, and Tina for the bag, because we're going to fold it all up because it's a fold away bag, so you need a popper on the back to fold it. So let's go here. I'm going to fold to the centre, and I'll need to do this on both pieces because I haven't kind of pre-prepped any of the bits, so bear with me while we're doing this. Marion, I'm going to put a YouTube video up. It's all filmed and ready to go. It just needs to render, which takes about an hour and a half, and then upload onto YouTube. So I didn't have time to finish the whole thing today, but there will be a YouTube video with metric and imperials and no chat, and speeded up versions of bits where I do this, which can be a little bit not the most interesting thing to watch. So I'm folding the long edges to the centre. So I've creased the centre so I know where the mark is, fold the long edges there. If your fabric doesn't crease too well, this is really good, it's a nice quilting cotton. But if your fabric doesn't crease too well, then give it a spray of starch or best press or, whoops, or something like that to make it a little bit stiffer. Then we fold the whole lot in half again, and this gives me a nice substantial handle because I'm using 4 layers of fabric and it's 1 inch wide. I use this method a lot to make handles and straps with, and it's useful if you're using hardware because a lot of hardware is 1 inch rectangles or 1 inch D-rings, and this will fit perfectly in a 1 inch bit of metal work. Thanks, Debbie. You need zebra No, the zebra butterflies sold out. I would imagine my daughter, who's right on the ball, is ordering more as we speak. Sorry about that. I knew that one would go. Should have ordered more. I thought that when we ordered it. So hopefully we'll be able to get some back for you pretty quickly. Poppers. Nancy's my popper supporter today, I think. Oh, Jennifer's getting motivated. Lovely. Anybody lost their sojo? Oh, that's hot. Are we getting you back into sewing again? What have you been making? And do come up with requests. I can't do everything. And remember, for these kind of demos, we do 2 a week, and they're only about an hour long with no patterns. So if you've got any ideas for quick makes that you like, do let me know. I run out of ideas after all. We do 2 a week. That's 50. That's 180 a year, 104 a year. It's a lot of tutorials, isn't it? Really enjoying watching tutorials. And so says Alison, what would you use to stop edges of fabric fraying as you sew? There is a product called Fray Stop, which is basically a glue that you put along the edges of your fabric. I don't use that personally. I tend to either overlock the edges or I use pinking shears to stop the fraying. But it depends what it is, because if I'm just making a cushion cover for me, probably wouldn't finish the seams on the inside. It's not very often cushion covers go in the wash, so I probably wouldn't finish the seams on something like that. Right. So now I'm going to take the ends of this, because you're going to see the ends when it's on the bag. So I want to make them neat. So that's how my fabric's been folded. I'm now going to fold it in the opposite direction. And so across the end. I'm going to do this on the end of all of the pieces. Poppers. Poppers here is a snack with cheese and jalapeno. Oh, is it? You can call, I suppose snaps is another word for them. I don't know what I call them. Poppers. Press studs. Right, so I've sewn across the end. Then I'm going to pop this, I'm not trimming the corners off or anything, pop it back the right side out, push out the corner, and I've got a really nice neat end on there. So again, I'm going to do this all 4 pieces, so I'll show you again if you haven't seen this. So as the fabric's folded like that, fold it back out the opposite direction, so my raw edges are here. Line up the folded edges and sew straight across the top. A tailor's ham. Teresa, that's going to be difficult without a pattern. I did make a tailor's ham actually in my So Useful book, I think that was. I made a couple, they were bespoke. So a tailor's ham as such, like the regular shape, the ham shape, I don't use that much. If I'm dressmaking, if I'm doing a princess seam or something, a princess seam, not a French seam, then I'd use a tailor's ham. But I tend to make a lot of bags that I don't want to press flat. So I actually made a tailor's ham, which was that shape with a square bottom. So I can push it straight into the base of a bag and iron over the top. And I tend to use the longer ones, like the sleeve ones more often. Made one of those as well. But again, it's difficult without a pattern for those ones. And they're filled with sawdust, which I don't have. A magic box. I don't know what a magic box is. A stitch in time. Joe, sorry. Don't know what a magic box is. Please explain. Right, so, oh, that one's easier. So again, fold this over so that the folded edges meet. And sew straight across the end. So, and that way. We're having trouble with fleeces at the moment, Lynn, because let's do the same here. We're coming out of the winter season. There's not many people selling it. To be honest, I haven't seen a spotty fleece. I'll ask him to have a look at. You never know. Right, and then that one, and then flip it through. And push the corner out, and the same with that one, flip it through and push the corner out, and then I'm going to top stitch all the way around all 4 sides of both of these. So I've got a really nice neat finish on them. Easter things, shall we have a think about Easter things? Do you make Valentine's things? I wouldn't do personally, but do you plan a Valentine's meal and you want placemats and cutlery holders and things like that? Mobile phone case would be a good one to make in an hour, wouldn't it? Placemats and tablecloths for Easter. We'll have a think about Easter. A bunny pyjama bag, that sounds nice. So again, just top stitching all the way around. I'm on a 2.8 on my stitch length, so it's a little bit longer than normally. A bit longer than normally. We'll do this on both pieces. The metal wallet clasps we have on the webs. We haven't got any of those left, I don't think. Mary, the metal wallet clasps. I'll have a look. Easter decorations. Do you decorate? We don't decorate at Easter time, personally. Do you decorate for Easter? We did an Easter stocking last year, didn't we? Because Christmas wasn't the best one because of COVID. An eye mask. We've got some of those on the Half Yard Club website. Oh, they might have been taken down now, actually. I did do an eye mask on there. I shall look through these later on. Mobile phone case seems to be popular. That'd be a quick one to do. It's not the one behind there, a little blue box. Oh, is that the magic box? Those are quite in depth with the measurements and everything, but there is one on Half Yard Club. It's the smaller box here. So that's a Half Yard Club project. I don't think I can reach that to show you. I'll have a go in a minute. So you have a look at that for a minute and I shall bend over backwards for you. See what I do? Excuse the noise of the chair. Let me just get this here. Oh, is this a magic box? So you open it up and all of the sides open up and then you've got stuff inside and stuff inside there and buttons are falling out all over the place. So that's a Half Yard Club member project. But again, that's not, I'm afraid, an hour-long live project because it's quite in depth to how to make that. But it is on the Half Yard Club. Right, let's carry on with this. Makeup bags. Yeah, quite a few makeup bags, but there's always new stars, I suppose, coming out, aren't there? A phone case for. Oh, missed that one. I'll have a look back later on. Little bags to put chocolate eggs in. That's a good one. Little chicks for Easter. You know the snowmen and penguins that I made for Christmas? I wonder if I could do a chick version of that. Need some yellow fleece, Kim. Maybe have a look at that. A quilt on my front door. Oh, Brenda keeps saying a quilt on a front door for each holiday or season. That's a nice idea. Okay. Where's my scissors gone? There we go. I hope you don't mind, but I'm just going to put the heater on down here. It's gone very cold. Jubilee decorations. That's a good idea. Okay, so I've got two straps made, two handles made. And these are going to go to each side of the bag. You can sew, there may be quite a lot of weight in these, so it's a nice strong bag. But if you wanted to make the join even stronger, then use a little spot of wet glue. So these are going to go, I'm not going to glue that where I'm going to sew, so just in the middle. These are going to go to just each side of the flap. So I'm just going to put a clip to hold those in place while I flip it over. Doesn't take, I've not put very much glue on there, but it does help to strengthen the seam. You don't have to, it just makes life easier. So again, don't rush out and buy the glue if you don't have any already. And then flip it over and move that out of the way. And this is going to go onto the opposite side in the same position, and again just make sure that your strap isn't twisted as you do that. And we'll have another couple of clips on this side. St. Patty's Day, is that St. Patrick's Day, Donna? When's that? I don't know when St. Patrick's Day, bad isn't it? I don't know when St. Patrick's Day is. So this should be just about dry. Yellow felt would be good. Oh, I might have some of that, Karen. Now if you want to sew in a little box, then that's fine. That make the steam really strong. So again, let's pop this underneath. And we can sew in a little box, can't we? So across the bottom, down the side, and backwards, and we'll go backwards down there as well. And we'll need to do that on all 4 of the handles. So go across the bottom and down the side. You can't see what I'm doing. Let's go backwards. Again, there will be a YouTube going on in a bit. And cut. And do the same with the other 2 sides. Back and sock on. Oh, yes, thank you for that. Jungle palm leaves. It is a back in stock one. The whole collection of these sold out so quickly. It's a really lovely collection. And the thing I like about it as well, every single part of the collection is standalone. You don't need all of them. March the 17th. Okay, thank you. Let's remember that one. If you make a mistake with those poppers, can you undo them? They're quite difficult to chip off. I'd get an old pair of scissors and I kind of shove them. Let me show you. Because I've done that before. I've broken them before now. But if you get an old pair of scissors, not your best ones, and kind of go, don't cut through your fabric, but go underneath the popper and just keep chipping away at it. It will eventually come off. So yes, if you put them in the wrong place, you can remove them. Just be careful not to make a hole in your fabric while you're doing it. Just chop these loose ends off. Oh, Nancy's granddaughter was born on Valentine's Day. That's nice. Right, and one more to do. I just like to keep chopping these threads off. I don't like a raw edge, and I don't like a loose thread myself. In Sweden, we have a waffle day when everyone eats waffles. Ooh. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm fond of a waffle, Amanda. They're really sweet, aren't they? What do you have on them? Do you have waffles and honey? Maple syrup? Oh, so just going around the last one here. You watch. Oh, there's a YouTube video on how to remove poppers. Maybe there is a special way of doing it that I haven't discovered yet. Because of course I never make mistakes like that, so I never need to remove them, to be honest. Jam and whipped cream on waffles. Lovely. Anyone else from North Devon? See, Lisa's in Teignmouth. I don't know whether that's North. I think that's North Devon, isn't it? But she's not here today. Oh, she is. Donna can't stop laughing at poppers, poppers, poppers. Donna, just poppers, poppers. We are done. I'll just snip those off. So, as a regular bag, you've got a nice little tote bag with a popper that fastens over like so. But then, when you store this away, we're going to fold the handles in. We're going to fold this in and this to the centre on this side. And then we're going to fold up once and we're going to fold up twice and then fold that over, and then it's a nice compact size that you can put in your bag, in your car, just something. How many times have you been to a supermarket, or you've called in at a shop when you weren't expecting that you were going to, and you haven't had a bag with you? So, oh, I'm going to have to buy one. I'm going to have to pay my 5p or my 10p and have another piece of plastic in the home that I can't throw away. So if you keep something like this with you, and it's in the car or it's in the bottom of your bag or something, at least you know that you've always got an extra bag there. Nice as well if you're going on holiday, because you're taking a bag with you that's only going to take up a small amount of room in your suitcase. Oh, Karen's 9-year-old granddaughter recognised my name. What's her name? She said, "You're watching Debbie Shaw." But muddle look, because she's only 9. Debbie Sewing Shaw. Debbie Sewing Shaw. I like that. That should be my middle name. What's her name? We'll say hello to. Let me go back again. Who was that from? Used to go to So Sociable. That's a good name. It's got so many comments coming. That was Oh, Karen Poplin. What's your granddaughter's name? Let's say hello to her. Bring her back in here. Bring her back into the room, and we'll say hello. Because it's been made with canvas. Actually, you could, Leanne. I think you could make it with canvas if it's only one layer. 20p for, I thought, how much they are. Oh, yeah, canvas I think would be fine, because we're not folding this into a bag like a lot of these designs have a little pouch on the front and you fold them inside. You're just folding it up, so I think canvas would be fine. Oh, I'm glad you like it. And hang on a minute, we don't do that here in the USA, Debbie. What don't you do? Sorry, I'm missing some of your comments. I'm sorry about that, Joyce. I'm glad you like it. Love that. I always have to buy, but the number of times I've bought bags, I never throw them away. How much fabric does it take, Leslie? It's 44 inches wide by 21 inches deep. However, if you make the handles a little bit shorter, because the 21 inches is to allow for the length of the handles, that's more than your half metre. It's weird, isn't it? Because we talk in inches, but we buy in metres. A half a metre is 20 inches. So if you make the handles 2 inches, an inch shorter, you'll be able to get that out of half a metre of fabric. What kind of brand tea are you drinking? I'm not drinking tea. I'm drinking hot water with honey in it because I've got a sore throat. Can't wait to make it. Thank you, Shelley. So, oh, Tia, hello. How are you? It is Debbie Showing Saw here. Debbie Showing Shaw. Debbie Showing Saw. Debbie Sewing Shaw. I shall get used to my new name, but thank you for giving that one to me. I hope you've had a nice day today. Do you sew? I think you should start if you don't. Have a look at my YouTube channel. It's got sewing for kids on there. So nice to make your acquaintance, Tia. The bag thing, plastics for free. No, we have to pay for them. It's a deterrent, though, isn't it? It's the idea is to stop you from buying plastic bags, and for the most part, it worked. Right. Okay, so that is that. Again, I will put, we've been here a while today, haven't we? I'll put the YouTube video up as soon as I've finished here. But it does take ages to actually, whose birthday is it? Susan Woods, happy birthday to you. It does take a while to upload. So I reckon it's going to be about 7:30 before the video's on there. A tub to keep your specs on by the bedside, that's a good idea. You're getting lots of comments here. Thank you, Marilyn, and thank you, Bonnie. So I'm going to see you, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm still trying to plan ahead and it's not quite working, but I shall see you again on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. The heart mat, is that done with the quilt as you go block? The heart mat. I don't know what the heart mat is, Sarah. Sorry, I don't know what the heart mat is. Oh, Anne's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday for yesterday, Anne. Then need to make some for the car. Good, it is a good idea, isn't it, Dominica? That's such a nice idea. Remember, if you want to go for the So Eco book, it is on discount for the first time on the website. And don't forget, if you're a Half Yard Club member, you get your extra 10%, so that'll be 20% off the book, off anything that you order on the website. So don't forget to have a look for your discount code before you order. Okay then, I shall see you again on Saturday morning. Let me just have a recheck over here that we're all up to date with this lot. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I'm glad you liked it. How many seashells did Miss Shaw say? Oh, Donna. Oh, seashells Miss Shaw bring to this. Oh, I don't know. Shed loads. Bye, Rania. Thank you. Yes, I'll see you again on Saturday morning. So thank you for joining me today. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like the project. And I'll see you again on Saturday. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, Jilly, if you're there. I think that was a YouTube video or a Facebook video, the heart mat, it's reverse applique. By the way, no, you can't see me. I hope you're still listening.